I think I'm learning a lot about really just how to like speak and how to articulate myself and kind of seeing some of the habits I have when I'm speaking and answering interviews. I'm enjoying
Don't change, you're good.
it.
What's your favorite? Kurt Cignati has a lot of fast, physical, relentless, humble, hungry, play between the line. Like he has a lot of like phrases. Do you have a favorite through the years that you've picked up?
I think my favorite one is honestly Fast, Physical, Relentless. That's kind of like the one that speaks to me the most, just because when you go out there, that's how you got to play ball. You got to go out there, you got to be physical, you got to play fast without thinking, and you got to go have a lot of heart and be real hungry. So that's another part of it.
You've been outspoken online about Player of the Year.
Uh,
Is that just kind of like when you start envisioning 2025? Is that top of the list what you want to achieve?
100%. I mean, I take that back. That'll probably be second. Top of the list is I want to win the national championship. So that's by far the highlight of the season. We make it there, but definitely for individual goals, I want to be defensive player of the year. That's the goal.
Do you have a stat line you kind of think you might have to hit to reach it?
I just know if I break the sack record, that should cement it all. So that's killing two birds with one stone.
Do you know
Where's
what the
that
number
next step?
is?
I think 16 and a half, 16 or 16 and a half. But my goal is 20 sacks. You got to aim high.
Where's that next step in your game? Is it on field? Is it off field? Where? How do you reach that next level?
Definitely on the field. Oh, off the field a little bit with my preparation,
Yeah.
watching film, but definitely on the field as far as being hungrier to make plays, right? Not even just the clean wins, the pretty wins, but those ones where I'm sprinting for like 15, 20 yards, watching the quarterback scramble around, or even running down, seeing a tight end catch a pass and going down and force a fumble. So it's really just try to make some of those more relentless plays, and that should carry into my stats and carry into a lot more wins.
With your move over to the stud position, what have kind of been the adjustments there, and how has that gone so far?
For the most part, I mean, I'm playing really both sides still. Stud, I played a lot of stud during spring ball just to get used to it. I think the stud position is good for pass rushing. I can make a little bit more plays in coverage. So I'll be dropping in coverage a little bit at the stud position, just to show scouts, show everybody I can move well. Uh, but I think it gives me another dynamic to just be able to play two sides of the ball.
You manifest.
So, mhm.
When you manifest 2025, if you let your mind wander to that, what kind of comes to mind? What do you see happening this year?
Uh, you always got to aim high. So like kind of what we talked about is defensive player of the year and the national championship. I think those are the two goals that I have in mind. I think going into last season, it was just maybe we all conference, maybe a second or third team all conference. But this year it's like I want to be the best, and I want my team to be the best. And I wanted the best, but I want all of us. I want my team to be the best.
What's the mindset now? I mean, last year it was kind of, slept on. Y'all have been slept on. I mean, what were you, like a one-star recruit, right? It was like low
Yeah.
level, under recruited. You've been slept on your whole life. You kind of proved everyone wrong last year. What's the mindset now? What is driving you now?
It's I'm still under. I still feel like I'm still undervalued,
Yeah.
especially even when it comes to my draft stock last season. I don't think I'll ever be able to. I think the way that I see myself, a lot of people will never see it. So I think I'll always have that chip on my shoulder, right? I want to be the best, and I don't think anyone really looks at me as the best. They might look at me as one of the few, but I want people to look at me and be like, he's the best. The same way that they looked at Abdul Carter last year, the same way they looked at Chase Young when he was here, or the Bosa's. Like I want them to see it's Mikail and then love it.
When did you prove to you that you are an elite player? Was it last year? Way earlier than that?
I think last year for sure. I've always believed in it, but it was like, but I'm not playing, in the Big Ten. I'm not playing the SEC. I'm not playing Power Five ball. So it was a belief, but it was a little bit harder to completely be addictive in it. But I know after the season that I had last year, but it's not even based on the accolades. It's just the way that I carried myself. So the work that I put in is what makes me feel like the best. Especially this past off season, I feel like I took 0 days off. I didn't have a bad workout. I worked my butt off. So that's completely where all the confidence comes from.
Was there a specific game or a specific moment when you realized you belong in the Big Ten?
When we played Maryland, that was that's by far my moment, right? I think going into the season, Maryland was my the team that I had circled and starred and I was ready to play because they never recruited me. They didn't recruit me out of high school. I went into the portal and they still didn't recruit me. So I was like, I'm gonna show them how great I am.
Kyle, if you were to have a message to the people that were doubting you, whether it's draft scouts or people in America doubting the game, what would be your message to them?
Honestly, I really wouldn't have a message to them. I think that's kind of what they can live in their own opinions, right? It's more about proving to myself how great I am, proving to my family how great I am, proving to my teammates how great I am, and it's all of us is proving it to ourselves. I really don't care about really proving it to anyone else besides the people that I love and the people that I respect. Because at the end of the day, those people, those beat writers or those people on Twitter, I really don't care about their opinion, right? Whether they sound the best, whether they sound the worst, I really don't care. It's all about just the people that's in my corner.
And I want to go back to your answer a couple answers ago. You said you want to be compared to like Bill Carter per se. Why do you think that you are just as strong, not better than Bill Carter?
It's not even comparing to him, but the I just think I'm a really good player. I feel like I'm very versatile. I play the run, I play the pass. I can do it all. I just know I'm not wearing, an Ohio State jersey. I'm not wearing an Oregon jersey. So, we kind of get underlooked just being at Indiana, just kind of how it is. And it's kind of how it's always been in my career. But I just feel like I'm a hell of a ball player, and I can get it done at all levels. Any team that I go to, I can impact very positively.
You watched Aiden.
And then so Coach Cincinnati actually, during his presser earlier this morning, he was saying along the lines of, "You guys want to keep improving. Is there a game plan, so people stop underrating you? How do you come to that point to make yourself in Indiana that you respect?"
I think kind of going back to what I said earlier, the only way we can do it is if we win a championship. If we go down and we made it to the playoffs last year, and they doubted us. We made it to playoffs. We lost to the two teams that made it to the championship, and they still had something to say about it. So even if we go down there, make it to the semis and lose, they're gonna still say something. If we go, and don't win a game, they're gonna say something. So I think the only way that we can, kind of stop the naysayers is just go win a national championship.
You watched Aiden arrive, right, as this unheralded guy 3 years ago, I guess now, right? When did he find his voice? Because I mean, he's a guy who is like very well spoken, outspoken, loud, at least with us. When did he grow into that?
I think that was this past year. I think that's kind of all of us. I feel like all of us had this confidence and had this one voice in the back of our head that was always cheering for us. But to kind of do it on now the biggest stage, it's kind of cemented it and proved it to himself that he is who he says he is. And all the work that he put in really showed itself, right? So I think all his confidence and his voice definitely came from him dominating at the highest level that he can.
What was young Aiden like 2022 Aiden?
Man, he was still a good guy. I mean, off the field, he was still the same guy, right? On the field, he was still learning the ropes, still had to get his feet wet, still had to get adjusted. But he did it really fast, right? He came in and played as a sophomore and made plays as a sophomore. He didn't just come in and was just a guy on special teams or anything. He was a guy who ended up earning a starting spot. He's kept it ever since, and he's someone I love playing with, right? Especially him being my linebacker. I trust anything that he says, any adjustment, anything he needs, I'm gonna do it for him.
How's Amari been?
He's been great. He's been great. He's been working his tail off. He definitely has a chip on his shoulder going to camp, going to the season. He's got a lot of things he's excited to work on, right? So he's enjoying it. I'm enjoying it having him here, and it's special. It's almost surreal, like seeing him walk in the locker room, seeing him walk in the training room. I'm like, this like my brother's here, like for real here, like he's on the roster, like so. It's a blessing.
Oh, two more coming, right?
We do. I do got two other brothers. So I got three total. So I got him. The next one is Nasir. He's going to be in ninth grade. And then the youngest is Zion. I call him my twin. Everyone calls him my twin. He's going to be in fifth grade. So we got two more coming in here, Kamara. Whether it's because Nas, he plays basketball. He plays basketball and football, but he really loves basketball. He's really good at basketball. So you might see him on the basketball court. But the youngest one, you're going to see him in some pads for sure.
You talk a little
Appreciate you,
about D'Angelo. He's getting first round looks for the draft next year. How does he deal with kind of that noise of potentially being an NFL draft pick, and how have you seen him progress the past 3 years?
he's just smooth. Like he don't really let anything affect him. Like he doesn't let any media attention or anything affect him. So I respect him in that regard. And he cares about his business. He watches film, he does his work, and he sets out to be the best. He's one of the most humble guys that I know. He doesn't really speak too much, but when he's on the field, everyone hears about him.
Coach Ignatius talked about, all the time that the locker room needs to be connected. You guys have to, block out the noise. How is the 2025 team maybe different from 2024 in that regard, but how might it be similar in your attempt to get back to the play?
Actually, can you repeat your question, please?
Yeah, and being a connected team, strong locker room, all that. Uh, what's different about the 2025 team, but also what's the same about last year as well?
I think we just got a bunch of new faces, right? We still got a bunch of transfers that are coming in, taking a couple roles. So I think that's probably the biggest difference. I think all of us as a whole is very similar. I think all the transfers that came in, they came in and they got straight in line. They're working their butts off. They're doing the things that they need to do to be great. So I think honestly, I think the thing that's different is we're more of a heartbeat, like one heartbeat. I think the D line is all one together. The linebackers are all together. The DBs are all together. If you were to be at this facility, you'll see different waves of position groups going out to work, get extra work in together. So I think everyone's very hungry, whether it's selfishly, whether it's for the team, but everyone is working their butts off.
When you look at last offseason where you, Coach Nettie, and so many guys were sort of adjusting to Indiana, and it's the start of a new thing. When you have an offseason where you're be in the same spot and sort of get settled, like how have you guys approached that? How has that worked for you guys this offseason?
I think this offseason has just been good to just, I guess, to breathe, right? To going into last season, we had no idea what to expect, and this year we have expectations, right? We know who we're playing, how we're gonna play it. We know how big games are. We know how all the little nuances that go about playing in a Big Ten season. So I think we all kind of figured out what we need to do individually. Whether it's me, Fish, D'Lo, all the different guys, what they need to do personally on their own level. But I think as a team, it's just we know we can go do it and do it at a bigger level than we did last year.
What are you most excited for this season?
Personally, I'm excited to go play Oregon at Oregon, Penn State at Penn State. I think those are two very big games. It's just as a kid, just like when I went to Ohio State game, right? It's almost like a surreal feeling. It's like as a kid, this is what I dreamt of, right? I dreamt of playing against the best teams, the highest level. So to just live my dream, I think I'm just gonna go out there and be in the moment, just because it's like this is a blessing. I gotta recognize that it's a blessing and go accordingly.
There's been a lot of talk about the revenue sharing side of things since July 1st. Now that that's legal and you guys can share in the revenue you generate, I'm curious what that's looked like for you guys. Is this like you get just a payment to you guys, or how does that work? If you don't mind me asking.
I mean, it's been great. I think it's definitely helped us revamp our roster and however way SIG decides to allocate those funds. So I think it does a really good job at either keeping guys to stay or getting guys at the portal. So I think it's been a great addition.
Kyle, you mentioned to me how much you focus on your mentality with the breathing during games. I mean, when game's over, practice over, how do you try and decompress to stay?
Honestly, I just try to turn off football mode. It's actually something I've been trying to work on recently. Uh, I've been really like football 24/7. I go home. It's like kind of like taking your work home, right? So what I've been trying to do better at is once I'm in the facility, it's football, football, football. But as soon as I step out, is I gotta go enjoy my life, right? Still take care of my body, still do things I need to do, but you only have one life to live, right? So football's still super important, still my number one passion, still the best thing that I'm doing right now. But sometimes you gotta kind of turn it off to so it doesn't overwhelm you. So I think when I go home, I'll play the game, I'll chill with my dog, watch some anime, just kind of decompress from it all.
What type of dog do you have?
I got a King Corso,
What's the name?
Caesar.
Caesar.
Oh yeah,
How
that's
long
my
have you
guy.
had him?
So I've had him for what, a year, and 'cause I got him May last year. So right now he's a year and 5 months. So he's getting older. It's a lot easier to take care of him now than when he was a puppy. So I'm glad we're getting out that puppy stage. But he's wonderful.
What enemies do you watch?
So My favorite anime, I actually got a tattoo. I can't take off the jacket though. But Naruto, my favorite character is Rock Lee. I just finished Death Note. That was probably one of my favorite animes